Hello, everyone. It's Chaos, and I'm back on Rusty Gears. It's been a while, like 3, 4 months almost. I released a video. Part of that's laziness. Um, I've had no energy to actually, make content. Because if you've never made content, it's a lot of work, especially when you're trying to make, like quality stuff where you're just like doing time lapses and sequencing things up right and making things sound and look good. So that's part of it. Another part of it is I moved back at the beginning of March. That took a lot out of me, and et cetera, et cetera. Work is work. So yeah, I haven't had a lot of time or energy to work on making content. But I'm gonna try to fix that. Now, here's the kicker. I owed you guys a Residence Archive raid video with Rusty Gears. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make that because my drive died. The drive where all my recording footage was died, and it borked up my computer for multiple days. So that's not been fun, but it did give me the opportunity to wipe everything out, buy a few new drives, and migrate my computer over entirely to running Linux. So that's what I did. Um, and it's been utterly amazing so far. Like I finished installing Linux on Friday. It's Sunday afternoon now, and I've been getting everything set up. I hear wolves, and that is not a good sound for me. But it seems like they're really far away. Anyway, so we moved over to Linux. We're running Pop OS, the latest version, and I got everything set up. We got OBS going. We obviously have Vintage Story going because I'm recording live from my Linux operating system, and it's fantastic. So, what we're gonna do, and for those of you who were very interested in the dwarven build, I apologize. Um, Over the last few months, every time I've thought about building in this area, I've had zero interest. And I think it's just because I don't really care for this area. This mountain is not epic enough for a dwarven citadel. Like, let me show you. Um, oh yeah, this was all on time lapsing. I think this might have been in the last video. If you guys hadn't seen this, I'm sorry. I built all of this as the entrance to the Dwarven Citadel. But let me show you what's going on here. This is the behind area of the mountain. And I'm pretty sure right about here is where the entrance is. So this mountain is not nearly epic enough for a Dwarven Citadel. And I'm not a huge fan of just the area in general. Which kind of sucks because I did do all of that digging and chopping to clear out chunks of that mountain. But as we go back here, there's just not enough good mountain to build into. Like it's all this fractured, like pillory kind of crap. And it would require way more filling in of areas that I don't want to have to fill it. I want to dig a hole and make an epic dwarven citadel. So I'm gonna move. Um, we have a new tent bag because we installed the mod that is ironically called tent bag. Up until now, we've been using the one from Stuff, which is a 7x7x3, but 7 wide on both axes, and then 3 high, which really sucks for making cool builds. Now, the new one is 7x7x7, so we got an extra 4 blocks worth of height to work with. So I'm going to make an awesome tent. And we're going to go traveling. I'm going to get a bunch of food, and we're going to grab what is my favorite thing from raiding their old Resident Archive. Shivers. Our elk. Hey, ow. Rude. Our elk. You can see him over there. Ow. Okay. The barn has been claimed by Shivers and Boatler. This was going to be in the latest video too. I built this really big barn. I love it. It's pretty great, but at the same time, it's also a little bit too, TOBG, the other block game. Like, it doesn't have like that vintage story kind of feel to it. It is very TOBG, which is kind of okay, but at the same time, I want more vintage storiness to it. It's not gonna work in this case. Like, we do have some nice things. We got all of these trees out here. I think I'm probably gonna leave the trees and probably most of my animals. I think I'm gonna grab 2 female cows and 1 male cow if I have the extra male cows. If not, I'll breed some. Sorry, taking a drink. And I'll grab 1 male cow, 2 female cows, 1 ram, and two ewes. And we're gonna make a nice tent. We're gonna get organized, and we're gonna leave. Now the trick is, I want to leave a bunch of this stuff that I've already set up over here for Crafty Candy. She's moved over into Andy Days' old place to have an actual base besides Spawn Town, which is awesome. Like, it's good that somebody's using it. So I want to leave that area I want to leave a lot of this for her and most of the animals, and maybe even most of the bees. I might steal like 1 hive, maybe 2. Like, that way she can have all my food making infrastructure. And probably my tree infrastructure, because it's all the sap and stuff. This is all useful for cooking. And if you guys don't know, Crafty Candy's our chef. Like, she's the one who feeds the Rusty Gears. Like, a few people make their own stuff, but in general, you go to spawn, you go to the kitchen, and you get food that Candy's made. Because she's made it all. Like, she's made cheese, she's made sandwiches, she's made everything I can't even think of. Like, so, yeah. So I want to leave most of the infrastructure here that I've set up for Candy to take, and I'll probably even leave for the barn once I light it up properly, so Shivers and Bowtorn are no longer trying to mingle with my animals. And then we're going to load up, and we're going to go traveling. I think that's going to be a fun thing to do, and will be pretty awesome. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm going to spend a little bit of time probably off camera, getting packed up, and maybe I'll time lapse the building of the new tent. Yeah, we're gonna find something cool to do. I know a few people have traveled way the hell out there. Like, oh, hang on, I turn the HUD back on. I'll look at the map. So people have been traveling. Like, there is stuff all the way out here. Like, people have been out far. Like, I'm not even entirely sure where the lore locations are. Oh, that's another thing to mention. Most of the gears are up to the very last lore location for 1.20. I, however, am not, because I've been busy and haven't had time to actually go with that stuff. So they're all way far ahead of me. So I'm going to try to see if I wouldn't be too much of a problem to join up with the Desolation run whenever that happens. But if not, we'll just do that in Season 5. Like, we'll have even more content to do by then, because 1.21 will probably be out by then. So yeah, we'll get to that, and it'll be fun. Locator, survival goods trader. Yeah, there's stuff out here. Like, there's a good amount of stuff out in the world. Like, this is Sid's place. Sid has since moved. He moved back up to Old Spawn, or the original Spawn Town, and is built into the mountain there that I was originally going to build into if we stayed in that location. But since we didn't, I'm going to go find a new place to live and try to build something epic. We're going to get prepared, build up, and go from there. So, with that, I will see you all in the next one, and we'll be in touch soon.